Hello there. Mientras Gap, Meat, el tío Byron, Joshua y... Bueno, no, mientras este grupo espera junto al Enterprise a que Clive vuelva de la guarida con algún plano que les ayude a finalizar el barco, con el que poder ir a rescatar a Jill de las garras del malvado Barnabas. Pues mientras estamos haciendo esa misión, hay que hacer unas otras pendientes que se acumulan. Porque la misión principal ahora mismo es, bueno, revisar el taller de Meat en busca de algunos documentos, planos que puedan ayudar a finalizar el barco deprisa y poder partir para interceptar el barco de Barnabas y poder rescatar a Jill. Pero además hay que ayudar, nos ha pedido ayuda a Rutherford, el mayordomo de Byron, ayuda con algo que desconocemos. Después la cocinera necesita ayuda con algunos ingredientes. Eso es menos importante, pero bueno, es otra misión. No solo eso, hay unas cuantas más. Marta quiere hablar con nosotros, tiene una misión. En los Wing también, que me da que tiene que ver con el ataque que realizaron contra ese alto cargo imperial. En Vokland necesita nuestra ayuda. Hay una escoria que... ¿Dónde se encontraba? Ah, sí, no me dio tiempo de ir por esa escoria. Se encuentra en la hoz. Sí, no, en la mandíbula, perdón, si no me equivoco. Tendré que consultar. Sí, voy a ver un segundo. Y... Taria y Dion han desaparecido. No están. He revisado toda la guarida y no están. Y me da que tiene que ver su aparición o no con el avance de la historia principal, así que buscaré antes de partir a hacer las otras misiones. Buscaré los documentos de Meat, de los planos. A ver si eso... Bueno, provoca que me digan algo al respecto. Y si no, tocará esperar. No quiero que me vuelvan a bloquear los viajes, y no puedo hacer las otras misiones. A ver, si no me equivoco, eso es. Se encuentra en la hoz en Dalmequia. Voy a ver si hay algún mensaje o alguna nota que he dejado. Tarja.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
Y ojo también que Clive está... Clive está bastante herido. Ahora no lo parece, pero lo que le hizo Barnabas en su enfrentamiento le cortó todos los tendones del cuerpo sin matarlo. Y está bastante... A ver, Joshua le ayudó a regenerarse con sus poderes del Fénix, pero está muy tocado. Pero eso no le detendrá.
What do we have here? Oh, Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
De Cid para Mid. Midodol. Sé que te gustan los acertijos, así que creo que este te va a encantar. El mejor, sin duda, de todos mis inventos es En un palacio de arpegios reposa. Su arquitecta eres tú, derroche de talento, y no es otro que tu primera obra. Todavía tengo que pulir esta última rima. Buena suerte, Cid. Un acertijo, a ver. Un palacio de arpegios reposa. La verdad es que no sé qué es un arpegio, aunque si no me equivoco tiene que ver con la música. Lo voy a consultar rápido. Arpegio es tocar unas notas de música una tras otra de manera veloz, seguidas. Buah. Su arquitecta eres tú, derroche de talento, y no es otro que tu primera obra. A ver, esto seguramente Mitch sabrá más qué significa tu primera obra. No sé si será dentro de la estatuilla esta.
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising.
La mejor invención de Cid
So
puede que se
Sid hid
refiera
something in Mid's
a Mid.
first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Sí.
Do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
You saw that work of Evelyn.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then...
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together?
Hostia.
It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another. The orchestrion's in the tub and crown, it's always been.
Pues mira, justo quería visitar el orquestrión. Quería ver el nombre de la melodía que suena ahora mismo.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this.
Nope, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this.
No lo hagáis.
See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. There's something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed.
Bueno, el barco era el sueño de City
come
mismo.
true.
Vale, pues ya tengo lo que espero venir a buscar. Pero tengo unas bastantes cosas que hacer primero.
Just the two I was looking for.
Hey, there you
Aye,
are.
aye. Who's a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Lo sé, pero tengo que hacer un montón de cosas. Ya sé que es que no encaja, pero... Más misiones, dos más aquí. Pero, oye, una pregunta, ¿se supone que las tengo que hacer... en plan... después de todo? Porque, a ver, normalmente tenía como dos, tres misiones. Cada vez que avanzaba un poco en la historia, dos, tres misiones les hago, sigo. Tengo... ¿Cuántas? Tengo como 8 ahora. Mierda, y hay otra. Hostia. Y las que, a ver, no lo he leído por ahí, pero las que son un plus, creo que te dan cosas como mejoras o mejoras a la guarida. Tripulaciones del Herrero 3, pero ¿qué le pasa ahora a Blackthorn? ¿Y aquí? Quimeras botánicas. Lágrimas de misericordia. O sea, me gustaría De verdad, si que algo me dijera, no pasa nada. Está pensado para que lo hagas después de la siguiente parte de la historia. Good Bones. Bueno, esta alegra más los espíritus. A ver. Me caché la mar. Bueno, al menos historia está bien.
He's a surly soaker. Who cares less for us?
Bueno, manos a la obra. Voy a coger todas las que pueda y partir. Hacerlo todo. Pues eso, no encaja en el momento ni de coña. O sea, tengo que irme ya hacia Camber.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely.
Pues lo que podría hacer es hacer todas las misiones fuera y no volver a la guarida, sino ir directamente ya a Camber.
Is something
No cambia nada, pero hacer como una ruta que pasa por todos un montón de otros sitios antes de ir a Camber.
wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria.
Sé dónde está.
A notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Vale. Plan, primero hago lo que esté en el Imperio, luego Rosaria, luego Dalmequia y a Camber. ¿Qué más? Bueno, sí, allí. Es que Jill está en peligro. Tengo que ir y en un barco que se mueve hacia el reino de Walut. Tengo que salir de aquí ya. No sé si...
What is it? There's no one like our Nan.
Mis padres siempre me hacían trabajar día y noche. Me decían que era una bestia descelebrada, que no valía ni un gil, y hasta acabé por creérmelo. Entonces la yaya se enteró de cómo me trataban, y un día apareció frente a ellos con una bolsa enorme que les lanzó a los pies, y les dijo:
Your lad's worth double that.
Vuestro hijo vale el doble de eso, y si no sois capaces de verlo, mejor que trabaje para alguien que sí. No había visto tantos guiles juntos en mi vida, todos tan dorados y brillantes. Y la yaya dijo que yo valía mucho más. Nunca me había sentido tan feliz.
And I've never looked back.
De hecho, no echo de menos mi otra vida. Empecé a trabajar para la yaya en aquel entonces, y con ella pienso seguir hasta el día en que me muera. Gooch es un
You
grande.
take care now.
Literal y la otra manera que no me sale ahora. Figura.
If it's knowledge you
No lo
seek,
voy ni a intentar. Perdón, sí.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Vale, preguntar sobre el Mall Ball. Así que esta vez se trata de un Mall Ball, pues en el tablón de anuncios tienes información de uno llamado Fifi. No, perdón, Fifi, cupo. No había hecho ningún Mall Ball antes aquí. Bueno, es clase B. Fifi, en caso de encontrar unas coloridas setas de sombrero rojo y escamas blancas en los marjales de 3 juncos, no se deben arrancar, pues en realidad se trata de una rara especie de morbol que utiliza sus apéndices con aspecto comestible para atraer a sus presas y devorarlas. Sé dónde está. Aguas susurrantes en Rosaria. Mira, si no me dejaran viajar sería más fácil y haría la misión. A ver. Esto es... Aquí, aguas susurrantes, sí. Vale.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Tough for that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Voy a ir a la enfermería primero.
She can't keep this up much longer. Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
Por
I know
supuesto.
better than to order Taya to do anything. But I'll speak to her.
Thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did. Say whatever you must, but get her to rest. I'm not physical enough to fill her shoes should we lose her.
La verdad es que si le digo que ahora descanse, se lo echará en cara a Clive.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodrigue.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Por
If
ti
it
lo
was
que
me
sea.
lying there, I know he'd do me the same kindness.
Vale, nuevo plan. Mierda, tengo que hablar con él todavía. Nuevo plan. Imperio, Rosaria, Guarida, Dalmequia, Camber. Creo que no tengo nada en Dalmequia que me haga volver. ¿Qué era esto? A ver, yo creo que esto puede esperar. Bueno, tengo que ir a por una escoria. Puedo dejarlo de Dalmequia para luego. Espero que no me muerda en el culo. Bueno, en el trasero esto. Después. No sé si es una expresión que se usa en español. En inglés sí, pero bueno, la voy a usar igualmente. Vale, Blackthorn.
Sorry to drag you into this again. But you're the only one he'll open up to.
Bueno, antes de que me vaya hablaré con él.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again.
Es tu culpa por ponerte así.
You got better things to do
Pues
with
sí,
your time.
muy importante,
That
pero yo que
remains
estoy
to be
aquí, que
seen.
necesito... No, a
Always
ver,
tells me he showed you a ring.
tú eres importante, ¿vale? También Blackthorn, eres muy importante. Y sí, tengo cosas muy importantes que hacer y debo partir. Pero te voy a dar este tiempo porque te lo mereces.
And that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them. And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back.
Bueno,
That
si
ring
no
he
te
flashed
pones-
was
si no te vuelves a poner
the
así...
work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together, back in the day. You've never mentioned him before. Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
Me haces unas espadas que flipas.
You're an
tío.
armorer, not a jeweler. I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan. Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret. I doubt he'd be too happy to see me. Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive?
Yes,
Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure
Estaba
Blackthorn don't
cerrada.
get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
Sí, bueno. No, pero lo que tenga en Dalmekia lo haré después. Hay que irse ya. Al Molbol. Primero al Imperio de Sembrek. Torgal, vámonos. Espero que Dion esté bien. Espero que no esté alterado y no voy a hacer ninguna locura. Pero tal vez pueda poner orden en el Imperio y cambiarlo a mejor.
Oh, Sid. If you're after a dinghy, I'd just let the last one
¿Y ese
go.
de ahí?
Bloke who bought it weren't in any shape to be rowing, but that's for Talia to worry about.
A ver. Aquí que tengo un par de cosas. Araña. Sí, empiezo desde la izquierda y voy subiendo. A ver qué necesitan aquí. Espero que la aldea esté bien.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in
Ah,
the
siguen en el
Bales.
mismo estado.
Leave anything you don't need behind.
Me voy a ir corriendo todo el rato hasta que haya salvado a Jill.
You know what you have to
básicamente.
do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Haré más bien Imperio, Guarida, Rosaria. Y si hace falta Guarida y luego Camber, porque es... No pierdes tanto tiempo, están muy seguidos. La Guarida está básicamente en el medio. No pasa nada por perder.
Those who cannot
por
join
hacer
us in
esta
the
ruta.
coming fight are gathered at Gotan's Bales. I would ask that you see them to safety.
De acuerdo. ¿Están aquí? Sí. Vale, pues haré primero las otras cosas. Y luego iré... Bueno, si tengo que ir rápido, voy rápido, pues. Voy a ver si aquí tengo algo, porque si la aldea deja de existir... Voy a coger todo lo que pueda. Todo lo que pueda necesitar.
I hope it's to your liking. Ah, yes.
Ahí tengo el rollo de música y un amuleto que entiendo que es único de aquí.
Can never have too many. Here's what we agreed on. Keep fighting the good fight.
Sí. ¿Preparado, Torgal?
I feel good, boy.
Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Vale, la cosa
Where
se
is this
complica.
manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
The manor's to the east of Lostwing, through the woods. Quentin and the others will be halfway there already. You have to hurry.
Please, Sid, you've got to catch up with him.
I still haven't paid Quentin back for saving my life. So don't let him die.
Vale, el este. Este debería ser para abajo. Espera, ¿se refiere a esto? Sí. Ah, vale. Ya sé qué villa es.
Not yet.
Come on.
Sí, es verdad, ahora hay imperios por todas partes.
Damn it. Don't tell me I'm too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then. You're no guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Creo que para daño por segundo en fase de vulnerabilidad es mejor bajar mucho seguramente con el Gigafulgor.
If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans, building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin!
¿Pero qué no estás con los portadores?
Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Ya no había nadie, ¿no?
Lost wing. My lost wing.
And look who's here.
¿Imperiales?
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
No, vayas
Don't
tú.
be a fool. Damn it. Richard's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick. To me!
Farewell.
I need to find Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lost Wing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Bueno, ha acabado un poco bastante mal, la verdad. Pero también bien para Quinten. Puede empezar de cero. Sin... Bueno, sin nada, digamos... Tiene un pasado oscuro, sí, pero... Ahora puede empezar de cero. With a blank slate. Emblema del Colgado. La taberna de Lostwing regentada por un enigmático personaje. Esta aldea, construida en unas ruinas empíreas, es un refugio para los desamparados que han sufrido de primera mano las injusticias de este mundo. Puede verse en el camarote de Clive.
They are right, you know. Lostwing can be rebuilt. It was more than a mere village. More than a staging ground for revenge. It was a vision of how life might be. Of how we who have suffered can come to find family again.
Os deseo lo mejor. Y Thorgal también. Bueno, muchas cosas por hacer todavía. Tengo que pasar por los Wing.
Quentin's gonna build us new Lostwing, and I'm gonna help.
I'd have followed Quentin to that manor if I could have done, and I'll keep following him now. Wherever that surly bastard cares to lead us.
Compraré los rollos de música en Northridge. Aunque puede que ya no pueda comprar el de Moore, porque Moore está anegado con una inundación de éter, ¿no? También. ¿Y esto de aquí? Ah, bueno, no puedo pasar.
Rodriguez could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
¿Han reaparecido todas? No creo. Estoy cambiando el plan todo el rato. Pero es que tal vez no debería hacerlo de darme aquí más tarde. Debería hacerlo ya tal vez. No sea que pierda la oportunidad de hacer cosas. Orquestrión, singular artefacto de la guarida capaz de reproducir música solo con pulsar un botón. Fue la primera creación de Mead cuando todavía no era más que una niña, que dejó sorprendido a su padre Cid ante tal alarde de ingenio. Este escondió en su interior la última pieza necesaria para calibrar los motores de mitrilo de la obra maestra que habían diseñado entre ambos, el Enterprise.
Rodriguez will have prepared the other ingredients by now.
Si me pongo ahora a comprar rollos de música, quiere decir que paso o cambio del plan a ahorrar para algo muy caro que pueda aparecer en el futuro, ¿no? A ir comprando los rollos de música. Espero que no haya un trofeo para coleccionar todos los accesorios, porque muchos no me interesan y solo creo que este solo está disponible aquí para comprar. Y no quiero.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants. Thank you. That's the best I can do.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago, and now you'd have...
You needn't fret. The creatures have been dealt with.
The meadows, then.
That's what
Bueno, esto era lo de los ingredientes. Oh.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. Too slow.
No sé por qué no me ha pegado el último golpe.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Creo que bajamos hace más daño, sí. Aunque claro, a ver, con bajamos estoy usando... Claro, estoy comprando una habilidad más que normal con su... Lo que sería la ulti, que la de la Mu no la tengo. ¿Qué sería esta? Claro, esta sí que hace 4 de daño. Al igual que esta que es... Bueno, esta hace 5, que es la que estoy usando. Pero está mejorada, no sé si al mejorar hace más daño. Bueno, supongo, claro.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Vale, todo lo de aquí fuera. Haces guarida, rosaria, almequia.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Joder, tío. Ni de coña. Ni de coña, van a perder más hombres que... Joder. Bueno. Voy a ir rápido a ver a Tara.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic.
Joder.
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigue. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. But my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Nos puede ayudar a Talia y a su mentor. Que en paz descanse. Vale, ¿qué más? Ahora hacia Rosaria.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned
Hay
this.
un pequeño regalo. Junto a esta carta encontraréis un artículo de lo más peculiar, mas no requiere palabras de agradecimiento. Consideradlo una muestra de simpatía por vuestra causa. Mercader anónimo.
Come again. I may have more.
Hostia. Ah, no, espera, esto es aliento fulgurante. Voy a probar a equiparme. Esta. Rayos del juicio. Lo de incrementa un poco el ataque total. Creo que de momento lo voy a cambiar. Una térmica estaría bien también. O este también. O este. Creo que me pondré este.
Oh, yeah.
Vale.
Will you be heading back to Canberra soon? You let us know if you need an escort.
Cole said it was an army of a cash.
No me queda nada por mirar. Cartas, sí. A ver si alguien necesita ayuda. Seguramente es un mensaje de Quinten por eso. Pero hay que revisarlo.
If it's knowledge you seek,
Un mundo en libertad, de Caron. Lamento haberos metido a ti y a ese Mancurrián en todo este embrollo, pero gracias a los dos he podido poner punto final a ese asunto que llevaba arrastrando tanto tiempo. Ahora que todo está resuelto, por fin podré tomarme un respiro y disfrutar del nuevo mundo que tanto te empeñas en crear. A una no le hacen falta los dos ojos para ver todo lo bueno que has hecho hasta ahora. No digo gracias porque es... Deberías decirlo Clive, en plan, gracias Caron por estas palabras. De Quinten, Clive, un nuevo comienzo. No sabes cuánto agradezco todo lo que has hecho por Lothwing. Ya sabes que soy parco en palabras y no se me da bien poner mis pensamientos por escrito. Así que, en lugar de una sarta de zalamerías y halagos, he pensado en expresar mi gratitud con varios barriles de la próxima añada. Tendrás que guardar un tiempo, pero verás cómo la espera merece la pena. Con ganas. Se espera. Vale, antes de partir voy a por una cosa, ahora vuelvo. Ok. Torgal, vámonos de nuevo.
How much longer do you think the sky...
Come on.
De nivel alto ahora. Las criaturas de por aquí. Fifi. Escoria clase B. Molgol.
Couldn't have been just any more Walkerless. All right then. Nice try.
¿Qué ha sido eso? Ah, ¿es un aumento de daño? ¿Hace esto? Qué guapo.
Too slow. Come on. This one.
Tentáculo de Molbol, apéndice inferior que sirve a los molboles para desplazarse y en ocasiones como raíces con las que absorben y almacenan los nutrientes del subsuelo, permitiéndoles sobrevivir durante un tiempo en toda clase de ambientes hostiles, incluso en las tierras hostigias. Flor de Molbol. Se cuenta que un molbol solo florece una vez cada 30 primaveras, desprendiendo un hedor insoportable que atrae a toda clase de insectos y aves carroñeras varias leguas a la redonda. Cuando la flor se poliniza, el molbol pasa a darse un festín con todas aquellas criaturas que siguen acercándose en busca de algún cadáver que devorar.
That was definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
For making this town a welcome
Mira, llevan las
place.
armaduras de los guardas ducales, como mola.
Hospitality has its limits.
Pero es eso, quiero ver como una armadura todavía mejor de los soldados, de los guardas ducales.
Anything catch your eye?
Molaría un montón.
Thanks very much. There you go. A fair trade.
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are happy to take advantage of it.
¿Quién se aprovecha de ella? Buscando al... Ahí está. Hay más gente de lo normal, ¿no? Antes solía haber solo un par de mesas ocupadas.
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas?
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Esto no me lo esperaba. Hostia, tengo que recorrerme la nación otra vez. Bueno, la nación, el continente.
My associate in Dhalmekia would have had to pass through the Republic's checkpoints to gain entry to the capital. Perhaps someone in Dalamil or Tabor would have seen him.
A ver, Marta, ¿qué es lo que necesito?
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals.
Ya sé que no es posible o viable, pero estaría bien construir una especie de... No sé cómo se llama, pero como una puerta, por así llamarlo, en el puente que conecta con la, bueno, con la meseta, pero no el que se dirige hacia Eastpool, sino el principal, el que tiene dos puentes que están, hay otra pequeña roca en el medio de parada, y allí, o en la primera entrada ya tocando el suelo, construir eso como una puerta de piedra, como si fuera parte de un castillo, que tenga alojamiento, pues como no hay espacio, mucho espacio a los lados, pues por encima, con una puerta de metal para cerrar y un... ¿Cómo se llaman? A veces esas puertas, bueno, a veces en los castillos tenían en esas puertas, ¿cómo se llamaban? Bueno, tenían como, cuando hace curva, en la parte superior por donde pasas, hacían un agujero que es defensivo. Entonces, se trata de que si intentan entrar y están debajo de la estructura, los que estén vigilando, los guardas que estén allí vigilando pueden disparar flechas, tirar cosas a los que estén justo debajo de la estructura, tal vez encerrados entre las dos puertas de metal o antes de atravesar la segunda. No me acuerdo del nombre no me acuerdo del nombre de cómo se llamaba ese agujero. Pero eso, tener como una estructura, como un pequeño castillo, una torre, y que se alojen allí.
And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Tiempo no tengo. Tiempo no tengo en lo absoluto, pero es que me da que es como no haga estas cosas ahora, luego no habrá oportunidades. Pero claro, la cosa es que no lo sé. No sé si el ir a por Jill será ir a por ella, rescatarla y volver a la guarida y ya está, o si es una aventura que empieza y termina llega hasta el final. No tengo ni idea.
Making this new home.
Well.
Cuando lo haya hecho por primera vez, pues ya lo sabré para cuando vuelva a jugar la historia.
I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Reckon Eastpool would make a nice little home for a few bearers and guardians with a mind to make a go of it. Once those blasted bandits have been sent packing, that is.
Sorry, but if you're looking for a bed, there's none to be had right now. We're already sharing our cots with masterless bearers and those who fled the floods, and more seem to wash up at our door every day.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan. So, Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully, the road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
No sé si ir a pie. Si elimino monstruos de camino y gano experiencia. Si hago eso, mejor voy tirando ya.
Wonderful creatures chocobos are. They're fast, strong, loyal, and best of all, they won't balk if you point them into the belly of a flood. Thick skins these birds have. Thicker than most, at least. Now, leave them in a flood too long and they'll turn, sure as eggs is eggs. But a quick dip in and out, and they're right as rain. Which is a boon to a trader like me. Reckon there's enough Akashic on the roads to worry about without this old girl turning.
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even a bandit could.
Brother Wade informed us of the plan, my lord. Please proceed to Eastpool whenever you're ready. We'll join you in on.
Can hardly make out a bloomin' thing.
Sí, son de nivel alto. Compra los opciones.
Over here!
Vale. Así que estos monolitos son eso, desafíos.
It's over.
I can walk from here.
You think you can just walk in here?
Sí.
Kill him.
You will leave Eastpool now, or face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not.
Este es el líder.
What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too.
No ha valido la pena jugárselo.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
First things first, we'll need to get a few of these roofs seen to. Wouldn't want to be caught in a storm without any shelter.
Supongo. Pero luego para mí lo primero sería las defensas y luego ya seguir reconstruyendo lo que haga falta.
I'd better get this well back in working order. If we're gonna live here, we'll need something to drink.
Este pozo es normal, no usa cristal, por lo que veo.
Well, there's a lot that needs doing, and no mistake. We'll have to fatten the bearers up a bit so they can pull their weight and actually make a difference.
Sí.
So this is our new home, is it?
Vale.
The Guardians of the Flame were true friends to the rest. They fought our enemies, manned our barricades, joined us on our patrols. Now they're gone, I suppose it's back to double shifts.
Bueno, siempre estarán dispuestos a ayudar, estoy seguro.
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part of the Guardians finally taking their leave. We barely had room to breathe, what with them and us and all the others all crammed in together. They were good lads, though. I'll miss not having them around.
Are the bearers taking well to their new home, do you know? I sometimes worry how they'll manage without me to cook and clean for them.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Muy bien. Vale, ahora... A Dalmequia. A ver, tengo que ir al Imperio también, pero... A ver. Bueno. Residencia del Herrero, Mayordomo. Luego está esa y la OZ. Vale, pues aquí.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapping it on.
Are you looking for something in particular? Here you are. Thank you kindly. Go with Gilbert.
We haven't seen the last of those bastards, but when they attack again, we'll be ready for them.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us,
Son
pretend
petrosoldados.
you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but
Ah, bueno, no, entonces no eran petrosoldados.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's.
An Oriflame.
If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Bueno, tenía que ir por aquí. Me pilla de camino las dos cosas que tengo. Bueno, hay un camino que debe de ir a través del desierto de Belcroy, pero bueno, ya que estoy por aquí tengo que ir por aquí igualmente.
Run like the wind.
Time to fight.
Get him!
Stay down!
Come on. Faster!
Get surrounded.
Stay down!
You deserve a rest.
Looks like no chocobo I've ever seen. Something tells me it won't be easily broken. Too slow. Nice try. explain how.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do.
Kicked down already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Sultan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill?
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
But if we can't find the forges,
I have some things for sale. Certainly. Here you are. Certainly. Anything else you don't want?
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
but if we can't find the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your hole.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravosht. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravost in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravost prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming, knew crystals were the problem, not the solution, and spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravost won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
Sid tried all sorts of leather to make those bellows, but salamander skin was the only kind that worked. Luckily for all our sakes, salamanders aren't too hard to find around these parts.
Blackthorn's got some nerve coming back here.
Good girl. Run like the wind. Thanks, girl. Let's make this quick, shall we? I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Come on.
No need to ride from here.
What's this all about then?
Dunno. Some kind of new invention.
Good news, Clive. When I told people we'd be building them a new furnace, they were practically falling over themselves to help. Talk about changing their tune, eh?
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
This should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Okay.
He's still explaining the ins and outs of the new forge, so I doubt we'll be going anywhere for a bit. No sense you waiting around anyway.
Vale, y ahora... booklet. Ah, ese lo hice. Okay.
If we're going to do this, well...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness, and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chairdress Thread, past Leighton's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Okay.
Pass through Leighton's Cleft, and you'll see what's left of Cashlock down in the valley.
Get it, boy!
I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Yeah!
Thanks, Gal.
Now, Torgal!
Ambrosia. Thanks, girl.
Look what we have here. All right, then. Let's get this over
Sickle!
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Be safe.
Garuda!
Ogle, kill! You're finished. Let's go.
Faster!
Sí, esta es la aldea que vimos al principio.
Thanks, girl. All right.
Stay down! Farewell! It's over!
Straight home now.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the help they told me was on its way. Cashlock's just down there, if you'd be so kind.
Let's go. Thanks, girl. Come on.
gone like the wind. This must have been a nice place once. It will be again. Too slow. Sick 'em. That's all of them. Come on, Toggle. Let's head back to Boklad. Something the matter, Theodore?
Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans. This could well be the last commission the Crimson Caravans undertakes. Under present management, at least. But don't tell my sister I said that, will you?
Northridge.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
The Guardians of the Flame were true friends to the rest. They fought our enemies.
Fetch!
I see you're still here.
The rest's location affords a constant flow of traders. With it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
I will see that your Lord Uncle is made aware of the situation in both Dalmekia and Sanbrek. And inform him of your timely assistance, of course.
What are you after? There you go. Much obliged. Is that everything? A fair trade. Fare thee well.
De vuelta a la guarida, pues. Mierda.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi. What will happen to me?
Go on then. They're all waiting for you. Wouldn't want...
Este. Joder. Este lo haré luego.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pico Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Imagine that. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Cursebreakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
To what do I owe the honor? Not saying Fordian, do you?
Lengua pétrea. Ni idea. No creo que sea el guardián negro de los Wind. Ni el taparrabos.
That it? Fine.
He's a surly soaker. Who cares less for us?
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Yeah. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once. It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid.
You've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya. Allow me to thank you again, Master Sid. I do believe you have quite a knack for this sort of work. Should you ever grow tired of saving the realm, we would happily welcome your assistance here in the backyard on a permanent basis. I jest, of course.